So some people say you have to find personal style, some people say you have to build it, but I think you have to do both. There is a misconception about finding your style. It often sounds like or is perceived as something that already exists, and you just need to find it and claim it. But you can't just open Pinterest, pick an aesthetic and stick to it. And not because it's dishonest, cheating or anything like that, but because it just simply won't work. It is called a personal style for a reason. It is personal. Even within a certain style direction, a certain aesthetic, there are so many nuances that you have to take into consideration personally so that it actually works in your real life. What you use, and most importantly, that the look works for you, not that you're working for the image. For example, you don't need to paint a completely new face every morning 4 hours just to make everything look harmonious. It's draining and it disconnects you from yourself. You start gaining new insecurities, thinking that something is wrong with you, when in fact it is your style choices, not your appearance. But there is some truth in the word finding too. Style can't appear out of nowhere. We are always inspired by something, and it doesn't have to be someone else's outfit. It may be nature, films, aesthetics, anything, even the dirt on the ground. But it's really important to not get stuck into this constant searching process, like endlessly saving images on Pinterest. What matters more is learning to analyze what you generally like, why you like it, which specific detail that drawn you in, and what patterns keep repeating. At the same time, you need to come back to yourself, check in with your real life and be honest about what actually works for you, for your lifestyle, for your body type, not just what looks good in an image on someone else. And I want to show you a quick example. Here's a photo I saved on my Pinterest. We see a girl on the beach. There is a lot of texture going on, it's a little bit imperfect, the sand, the seaweed, a little bit messy, natural, just like the girl itself. She also looks very natural, she almost doesn't wear any makeup. I think it is her natural hair color. And also we see some interesting details, like she has a bleached eyebrow, her shoes are half boots, half flip-flops, and all this looks a little bit out of context here, I think. Like the bleached brows giving us this slightly eerie, ethereal look. It always gives an editorial feeling to a face, just like the boots that are creative. A little bit unpractical maybe, but everything together works very well. Also, the whole picture has this muted, soft feeling to it because of the colors. The next thing is this bathroom. We see some texture here again, like this curtain, which is a little bit out of place as well because we don't usually see a cotton curtain in the bathroom, especially with the embroidering details or some lace. There is also some texture on the mirror, the aged textured mirrors, and everything has this feeling of history, of some veil of time, and everything feels slightly muted with some interesting accents. The next picture is this room. I see a lot of natural materials. There is wood, there is metal, glass. Everything has this soft coloring and little black accents. Everything is imperfect. The doors a little bit worn off. The bare wall right here. The textured table and chair. And then we have this picture that I also have on my Pinterest. I don't know if you can feel it, but it has some eerie feeling to it, some ethereal energy. When I look at this picture, I feel a little bit dreamy, and it has these muted, soft colors, but they are not pastel or cute. They are mysterious, and I really like this picture. So to sum it up, every picture I saved has a lot of in common, despite the fact that they're completely different. They share the same tonality, they share a slightly eerie, dreamy and ethereal feeling to it, and in every picture we have some black details, And there is always something unexpected, a little bit weird, maybe creative or avant-garde. And in this stage, I also have to consider not only the aesthetic direction of the clothes, but how practical they are for my life, my body, my climate I live in, my routines and everything else. That's how you end up with your own personal outfit style formula for every season and every occasion. Like if you walk a lot, you don't want to plan outfits that require a heel and so on. So if I had to give you just one key piece of advice, the real secret to building a visual world that brings you joy and feels like self-expression, it would be this: analyze and experiment. Honestly, endlessly saving images, over-planning won't get you there. And neither will constantly buying new things without understanding what you are actually doing. You'll just spend your money on things that you don't need, don't use, even if you genuinely like them. Without the analyzing part, you might feel a little bit confused, because it may feel like you like everything all at once and don't have any taste. But the truth is, if you dig a little bit deeper, you'll see that all of your different aesthetics and things that you like, whatever you want to call them, usually have a lot in common. Those repeating elements are what help you identify the core of your personal taste, your personal style. If it helps, give your own style your personal name, make up your own aesthetic, write down some key elements, and remember, this is a creative work. You need balance. Don't overthink it. Let there be a little lightness and effortlessness in whatever you create. If someone is watching this and you found it helpful, leave a comment and let me know what you understood about your style. What patterns have you recognized in your taste?